Who among us hasn't felt a shiver listening to their favorite song, or a deep sense of peace in the rustling of leaves in a forest? It almost seems as if sound speaks to us directly, not just to our ears, but on a deeper level. But what if this power went beyond simple emotions? What if it could literally interact with our biology to promote healing? Today, we will explore the surprising science behind healing sounds and their profound effects on our body and mind. We will not talk about magic, but about physiology, neuroscience, and physics. You're about to discover that sound is not just something to listen to. It is a force to be used. The concept that sound can promote physical and emotional health is by no means new. Since ancient times, civilizations around the world have used sound in healing and spiritual practices. The ancient Egyptians used vocal chants, believing that vowels were sacred and healing. Tibetan monks used and still use singing bowls, describing their vibrations as the sound of the universe. Even the Australian Aborigines used the didgeridoo as a healing instrument as early as 40,000 years ago. Even the Greeks, with figures like Pythagoras, explored the power of musical harmonies to create adjustments of the soul. And in more recent times, music therapy began to be used for rehabilitation, for example for soldiers returning from the Second World War. But how exactly does it work? How can a sound wave affect us physically? To understand this, we must look at our body. We are made up of about 70% water, and water is an excellent conductor of sound waves. When a sound penetrates the body, it generates micro vibrations that can influence the heartbeat, respiratory rate, and brain activity. Our heart, for example, never beats like a metronome. Its variability, known as heart rate variability or HRV, is a crucial indicator of our psychophysical balance. Greater variability is associated with resistance and health. It has been shown that slow sounds and rhythms can improve HRV, activating the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for our calm and lucidity. But the key to the power of sound lies in its ability to influence brainwaves. Our brain constantly produces electrical activity divided into different frequencies. Delta waves are associated with deep sleep, theta waves to meditation and REM sleep, alpha waves to states of calm and relaxed concentration, beta waves to attention and intense mental activity, and gamma waves to states of very high concentration and perception. Here, an extraordinary phenomenon called neural entrainment occurs. Our brain has a natural tendency to synchronize its own waves with the frequency of an external rhythmic stimulus. One of the most effective stimuli are binaural sounds. They are generated when two tones with slightly different frequencies are sent separately to each ear. If one ear hears 200 Hz and the other 210 Hz, the brain does not hear two distinct sounds. It perceives a third phantom beat at the frequency of the difference, which is 10 Hz. This is an alpha wave. In this way, we can guide the brain towards states of relaxation, concentration, or deep sleep. Finally, sound also acts on our internal chemistry. Listening to music promotes the release of neurotransmitters such as endorphins and dopamine, which increase well-being. At the same time, it can significantly reduce cortisol, the infamous stress hormone. These mechanisms explain the numerous benefits observed in sound therapy. Let's look at some practical and concrete applications. To relieve anxiety and stress, stimulation with alpha rhythms between 8 and 10 Hz has proven to be extremely effective. You can easily find online playlists of alpha binaural sounds da ascoltare con le cuffie mentre lavori o ti rilassi. This not only calms the mind, but also increases the production of serotonin, promoting a good mood. For pain management, music can act as a powerful analgesic. Studies have shown that listening to pieces by Mozart can significantly reduce chronic pain, as in fibromyalgia, by influencing the brain areas that process the emotional component of pain. To enhance concentration, on the other hand, the beta and gamma frequencies are your allies. Listening to binaural sounds in the beta band between 14 and 22 Hz can help you enter a state of wakefulness and attention ideal for studying or complex tasks. Recent studies have shown a significant increase in the concentration index after just a few minutes of listening. Even sleep can be drastically improved. Low-frequency sounds, which induce delta and theta waves, can guide the brain through healthier sleep cycles, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. And that's not all. Research is exploring surprising neurological applications. In Parkinson's patients, 40 Hz frequencies have shown improvements in tremors and rigidity. In Alzheimer's patients, the same gamma frequencies can improve lucidity and attention. Other frequencies have been associated with improved blood flow and even an increase in bone density. So how can we integrate these sounds into our daily lives? You don't need to be a scientist. Create personalized playlists, relaxing music at 432 Hz for the evening, binaural beta sounds for working hours. Try sound meditation using apps with Tibetan bowls, or even better, using a real Tibetan bowl, or simply concentrating on the sound of a mantra like the classic Om. Even the simple act of singing, even in the shower, can regulate the nervous system and improve your mood. And never underestimate the power of nature's sounds. The rustling of leaves or the sound of waves are complex, non-repetitive sounds that naturally activate our parasympathetic system. Practical guide: 5 ways to use sound now. Now that we understand the science, let's get down to practice. How can we concretely use these tools to improve our daily lives? Here are 5 sound rituals you can try right away. 1. The hypnotic rhythm of drums for deep meditation. Many of us struggle to turn off the brain when we meditate. Drums can be the solution. The constant and monotonous rhythm of the shamanic drum, typically between 4 and 7 beats per second, is a very powerful tool of neural entrainment. This frequency encourages the brain to enter a state of theta waves, the same as deep meditation and intuition. It is no coincidence that it has been used for centuries in ceremonies to induce states of trance. Practical tip: search on YouTube or Spotify for shamanic drumming for deep meditation. Dedicate 15 minutes, sit or lie down, close your eyes and let the rhythm guide you. You don't have to do anything, just allow the sound to transport you. It is ideal for introspection or to unlock creativity. 2. The musical alarm clock to start the day with energy. The deafening alarm of the traditional alarm clock is a shock to the nervous system. It forces the brain to switch abruptly from deep sleep, delta waves, to a state of alertness, beta waves, causing that feeling of morning grogginess. We can make this transition much gentler. Practical tip: set a playlist that gradually increases in rhythm and intensity as your alarm. Start with calm, instrumental and melodic pieces to encourage a gentle transition to alpha waves, the state of calm alertness. After a few minutes, the playlist should evolve towards more rhythmic and positive music to stimulate the beta waves and give you a boost of energy and good mood. 3. The Tibetan bowl ritual for immediate centering. Have you bought a Tibetan bowl but don't know how to use it? Its power is not only in the sound but in the physical vibration. Practical tip: use it to create a 2-minute micro ritual at the beginning or end of your workday. Sit in silence, take a deep breath, and make the bowl sing by gently striking it or rubbing the clapper on the rim. Close your eyes and concentrate on the tactile sensation of the vibration that propagates from your hand to the rest of your body. This simple act brings your attention back to the present moment and instantly calms the nervous system. 4. The soundtrack for maximum concentration without distractions. When you work or study, the right music can make the difference between productivity and distraction. The main problem is the words, which activate the language centers of the brain, competing with the task you are performing. Practical tip: for maximum concentration, create a playlist of instrumental music such as electronic music, Baroque classical music, or film soundtracks. Alternatively, for a scientific boost, use binaural sounds in the beta range, 14 to 22 Hz. These sounds are specifically designed to promote a state of acute attention and are extremely effective for tasks that require great mental effort. 5. Using music for emotional release, sound catharsis. Sometimes feeling stuck or sad doesn't require calming music, but the exact opposite. Music is a language that speaks directly to our limbic system, the center of emotions. Practical tip: if you feel you have repressed emotions or accumulated tension, create a safe space and dedicate 15 minutes to listening to intense and cathartic music. It can be powerful rock, very rhythmic pop and electronic music, dramatic classical music, or an epic soundtrack. Allow yourself to feel the emotions that the music evokes, without judgment. This process can work as a release valve, helping you to process and release what you are holding inside, leaving you lighter and more serene. As we have seen, sound is much more than just entertainment. Scientific research is confirming an ancient wisdom. Sound vibrations have a transformative power on our biology. The future is promising, with technologies like user-adapted neurostimulation, which uses artificial intelligence to modulate sounds in real time based on our brain activity. But we can start today. Think of your body as a complex orchestra. Every cell, every organ, is an instrument that vibrates with its own frequency. When life detunes us with stress or illness, our inner orchestra can become cacophonous. Healing sounds act as a tuner. By introducing the right frequencies and rhythms, we can bring the entire symphony of our being back into perfect coherence and harmony. It is an invitation to rediscover balance and serenity through the right vibrations. An invitation to listen, not only with the ears, but with our whole being. Tell us in the comments if and how you use sound for relaxing, focusing, or let off steam.